What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Achilles, and today we back with the tier list, but we doing something a little different. We got all MCU movies and series till 2024. You know, this a little outdated, but it's cool. The new shit don't matter anyway. You feel me? We about to rank every single movie and show that they dropped. I think from the start of it till 2024. Shit simple. Now I know y'all, a lot of y'all about to hate me for my opinions, but it's cool. That's what we do this shit for. All right, so now we starting off with the Ant-Man movies, which is a little crazy because these is kind of like the butt ass end of this shit. But we got Ant-Man and the Wasp. I ain't gonna lie, I fucks with the Ant-Man sequel. That shit was pretty fire. It wasn't crazy, so we ain't gonna spend too much time on it, but it was pretty good, especially with all the Infinity War hype. And for a nigga that wasn't even into the superhero shit at the time and kind of just watched Infinity War just because the fan was seeing it, watching Ant-Man and the Wasp after, that shit was kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? The girl that could phase, she was introduced, I'm pretty sure. It was cool, it was cool. So it's like a B movie. I'll give it a B. Then we got the first Ant-Man. I actually recently watched this because I didn't watch it when it first dropped. So like a decade after it came out. And it was pretty good, but I wouldn't put it in A. I put it in B. I feel like it's the same. And when you do a movie with a sequel and it's about the same ratings and people fuck with it, that's pretty good. So that ain't an L for Ant-Man. So they're doing good so far. But y'all know where that fucking third movie going. Alright, then we got Age of Ultron, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That's in my. I know there's only 4 Avengers movies, but that's like. That shit fights for my second favorite, man. That shit definitely like a S tier, cause that I could watch that shit over and over, man. So much shit went down in that movie, and so much hard ass quotes. Like that's an unforgettable ass movie. And when the Lego Avengers movie dropped, game dropped after this movie dropped, the hype was just all over the place. So yeah, that's S tier. One of the best Avengers movies. I don't know why that should be getting all the hate it get. It don't deserve it. But yeah, and Infinity War. I think that's my I don't know the word, but that's my like without a doubt the best Avengers movie ever released, and I think that ain't gonna change. Endgame tried to be better, but Endgame was hype as hell. But Infinity War was a different type of like shocking. Like I went into the movie without seeing any trailer. I was probably like 12 at the time. My pastor said he wanted to take me to see it because he said it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I bet. I fuck with the Avengers. I didn't even know it was dropping. Ain't watched no trailers. I'm like, who the fuck is Thanos? Ain't watched no Guardians of the Galaxy, no post-credit scenes. I wasn't a fan. But when you go into that shit, being like a casual like I was, bro, that shit was mind blowing. Alright, now we got Captain Marvel. Now niggas hate on Captain Marvel. I know the actor. I saw a couple of interviews and she kind of, she all up in her own ass. But that shit got nothing to do with the movie. The character, I fuck with the character. I feel like it never reached its full potential because in Endgame she kind of just got her ass whooped, even though she all powerful. Like I know, don't give her the full spotlight, but it's like, damn man, they was trying to portray this girl as like the Wonder Woman of the MCU, but ain't nobody really felt that, and I ain't either. But when this shit dropped, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was pretty good. I put it B tier. That's pretty decent. I watched that shit and I was like, this is kind of cool. I'm hyped for Endgame, and then I didn't watch Endgame in the theaters, but it's cool. Alright, now this one I watched when it first came out, and I watched it recently, and I'm not gonna hold you. I think Winter Soldier is one of the most overrated like movies in the MCU. I know niggas love that shit. I know, man. It got some hard ass fight scenes, but goddamn, was I bored watching it. I think my whole thing was like, I don't really give a fuck about Bucky, and also Shield just being so involved in this. I know Captain America is like the Shield guy, but it's like, bro, I don't know. It gets to a point where it's like, damn, I'm just trying to see the one-on-one between Bucky and Cap. Like, let them talk, and that shit, nah, it just didn't hit for me. Back then, I thought it was cooler. When I rewatched it today, yeah, I don't know, man. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. I know niggas better be, oh, Will, you think Ant-Man Captain Marvel better than Winter Soldier? I ain't gonna hold you. I much rather watch those two funny ass movies in Captain Marvel over Winter Soldier, but that's just me, man. I just don't like watching the army shit. I don't know. Captain America just a lame to me. I don't know, man. And then we got First Avenger. I don't think I watched that. If I did, I was young as hell because it's like 2010 or some shit. So I'm gonna put it in D tier, but it got nothing to do with my opinion. I just ain't watch it, so I'm just being fair. Then we got Civil War. Nah, I know it's Captain America movie, but nah, this shit is a full on Avengers movie. The introduction of Spider Man, Black Panther, all them motherfuckers. Everybody just did their part, man. Like the whole argument, that shit had the whole MCU fan base split, even for the time. Like, bruh, like I think both of the characters was right. That's how controversial this shit was. You know what I'm saying? Like if you in cap shoes, you're not gonna kill your childhood friend when you knew he was being hypnotized. And then on Tony's part, I don't give a fuck. That nigga killed my parents. So it's like, bro, that shit really had you split. Honestly, I don't think you could pick a side. If you picking a side, you biased as fuck. I think both sides was right. Both sides had good points, and that's why, you know what I'm saying? I just watch these niggas scrap. So that shit was fire. Um, Doctor Strange. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't watch this either, so that's gonna go into D tier. I didn't even know that when that shit came out. So I can't even properly rate that. Sorry about that. And then we got Endgame. Look, Endgame is a fire ass finale. I feel like my opinion on it would be way different if I saw that in theaters when the hype was lit, the hype was alive. But I did not. I saw that shit a year after it dropped in quarantine when I was bored as hell. But it was still fire. I'm gonna give it an A tier because it's not a perfect movie. You know what I'm saying? It's long and it has every right to be. It's not boring long, but it just has a lot of corny ass jokes. Like, god damn, they was trying so hard to be funny in this movie, and it just wasn't hitting. Like, where's Star Lord when you need him? That nigga disappeared and all the comedy was out the fucking window. But comedy aside, the fights was good. The emotions was really there. And A's not bad, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's on the level of, come on, man. Guardians of the Galaxy, that shit was, ooh, I don't know where to put that. I'm gonna say it's an A tier. Like I fucks with Guardians of the Galaxy. There's not much to say about it. That was a fire origin story. I feel like it was really hard to bring a squad like this up to the big screen and do a fire origin story. But James Gunn somehow did it. My homeboy who made Superman this year, you could always trust that motherfucker because he came out. The whole trilogy was fire. Trilogy, some shit. The whole trilogy was fire, bro. You can always trust James Gunn to make you care about a nigga. Alright, then we got Volume 2. I think that's B tier. That's not bad, but it's just not on the level as the first one. First one was just heat. Good. Volume 2 was fine too. I don't remember too much about it, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And we got Spider Man. What is that? Is that Far From Home? I think that's Far From Home. Yeah, that. What the fuck is that shit in like Spanish? Spider Man Far From Home. I don't know why Tom Holland's Spider Man gets the hate he does. Like recently, I watched every single live action Spider Man movie from Tobey to Tom Holland. And I ain't gonna hold you, Tom Holland I think is my favorite Spider Man. Like he the only one that feels like a kid. He the only one that feels like he really in the gutter. Like he got like he lost everything. You know, I think people don't cut him slack just based off the fact that he was under Iron Man's wing and he was with the Avengers. But it's like, bro, when it comes to his own movies, he be shining. Like Spider-Man: Homecoming, in my opinion, is the best Spider-Man movie ever made. But Far From Home with Mysterio, that was pretty fire. But it's not like groundbreaking shit. It was a clone sequel. It wasn't as good as the first, but they bounced back with the third one. Oh, I don't know about the third one. Honestly, I think they just didn't do as good with the first one, but y'all gonna see my opinion on those. But Far From Home B tier. It's pretty good. Then we got Incredible Hulk. Damn, that shit was fire. But I don't think it's A tier. I'm gonna put B tier just because I don't remember too much, but I did watch it probably like twice in my lifetime, and I remember the fight with Abomination. That shit was pretty solid. I'm gonna have to rewatch that soon, but that's gonna be B tier. Yeah, and then we got I am. Oh, this Iron Man 2. I thought that was one. Iron Man 2 is one of my favorite fucking DC. I said DC, MCU films that was ever made. Like War Machine, Whiplash. Like I ain't even. I can't even start because then I won't stop. But Iron Man 3 S tier. That shit is like I don't know how you can do a trilogy and it ends with the best movie. That shit is so rare, but like that's what that is. That's what Iron Man 3 is, man. The Iron Legion, Mandarin, fucking Iron Patriot. I was Iron Man and Iron Patriot back to back Halloweens when I was younger, just cause of that fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? That's how good that shit was. Unforgettable last movie. That shit is S tier. Iron Man 1. I'm gonna put that in B tier because I don't remember much about it, but it's probably better than I remember. Black Panther, recently watched that. It's an A tier. I don't know why. Like I'm not hating. I gotta be honest though. I don't know why people talk about Black Panther like it's like some next level superhero movie. Like yo, it's fire. It's fire. It deserved all the billions it made, but it's not like on the level of these four on top. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I can't even say too much bad about it, but it's just not a perfect movie. Like I'm not over. I wasn't jumping in my seat like I was for these four up top. Like yeah, it just wasn't like that. But it was fire though. The vibes was sweet. I remember everybody was wearing black when I went to the theaters to see that shit. So the hype was there. It's just not as good. Spider-Man: Homecoming. That shit to me is S tier. My favorite Spider-Man movie ever made. I was really feeling the street level when it was just there, bro. I know they dropped the ball with the next two, but shit, when Tom Holland was swinging around the city helping people out and then trying to uh, convince Tony that shit is really going down and he was ignoring him, so he did it himself in the in his own homemade suit. Like, bro, that is the Spider-Man movie. Like, I understand Iron Man in that shit, but bro, stop hating on that shit, man. I Thor. I'm gonna put that in D tier because I never watched that shit. Dark World. I ain't gonna hold you. I wasn't jacking Dark World. Um, can't remember much about it, but all I remember is that it was boring as hell. So yeah, that's where Dark World gonna sit. Thor movies just got like a bad history. But Ragnarok, that shit is A tier. Shit was funny. Shit was interesting. I recently rewatched it, but I did watch it when it first came out. Not in theaters, it was at home. But I fuck with it then, and I fuck with it now. That shit was heat. Shit was funny. You know what I'm saying? And his sister was a bad bitch. Oh God. Now Avengers 1, that shit is S tier, son. I rewatched that shit, bro. That is top three superhero movies ever made without a doubt. Like that's just the epitome of team up superheroes. Like it's Avengers, my nigga. How much do I gotta say about it? WandaVision, I fuck with that show. That shit was like the quarantine show. I remember, I think it dropped like December 2020 and ended early 2021, something like that. Me and my little brother, every time an episode would drop, we was there watching that shit. Shit was heat, man. Wanda creating her false reality. Got Agatha calling her out on her bullshit. Vision starting to see through her bullshit. The CIA on her ass. Like, that shit was fire. Only issue with that is they try to paint Wanda as a good guy in the end. Even though, like, in the end of the show, like, she was a villain in Multiverse. But, yeah, that was a good ass show, man. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'm gonna put that B tier. I did watch it when it was dropping, but damn, I'm just not with the army shit. I don't know. It just doesn't resonate, man. But it's crazy because I fuck with Brave New World, but Falcon and Winter Soldier is alright. Loki, I know people love this show, but I never watched it. I can't, I can't put form an opinion on it. I just need a section for shit I didn't watch, because everything in D I did not watch. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that before Doomsday drop because I think it's important. Shang-Chi didn't watch. Got to put that in D. I understand, y'all. I'm not the biggest MCU fan. I'm just now rewatching all the movies. Black Widow. I just rewatched that like last week. I feel like B tier is too high. That shit's gonna have to go on C tier. Like, I feel like there was a lot of limitations due to quarantine, and it was a decent movie, but it's this rewatchability is so poor. Like, nobody's gonna be like, "Oh shit, you remember Black Widow? That shit was heat." Nah, that's just not some shit. Niggas say. What if I never watched that show only because this fucking Captain Britain bitch in the middle was like the main character? Like, ain't nobody trying to follow that shit. They're not even. It was like they overhyped the show like a motherfucker. They wasn't even doing the right what ifs niggas cared about. Like, come on, bro. Niggas on YouTube got way better ideas than the fucking cinematic niggas at, Marvel. Hawkeye, I never watched that, and I honestly don't think I'm going to watch that. It kind of just looks ass. Well, I don't know. Eternals, I didn't watch that either, but I heard good and bad things. It just doesn't look interesting because I don't think they're getting a sequel. If they get, normally what persuades me to watch a movie I purposely skip out on is if they get greenlit for a sequel. But these niggas ain't getting one most likely, and yeah, the hype just wasn't there. Now we got Spider-Man No Way Home. God damn, I don't know where to put this. It's not an S tier movie. It gotta be A tier. I missed the hype on this too. I watched this shit, I think sometime in 2022, online, and then recently I rewatched it. It's a good ass movie, but it's not S tier. But it's like a fire Spider-Man multiverse movie with a fire ass ending. Can't hate on it. My son Andrew and Toby got the recollection, I think the word is, that they deserve. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Okay, now we got Spider-Man. Oh, that's two. Toby's Spider-Man 2. I don't remember much about it. Based on what I remember, this one is A because it's a class. Oh, but no, this one, no. I think 2 was more of a B. 3 was like S. This is the movie I like. Come on, bro. 3 was so fucking swaggy, and then the first one's a classic, so it got to go in A. I'm not spending too much time on it because that's some old head shit. This fucking ad out of here, nigga. But yeah, that's the little trilogy. I ain't spending too much time on it. That's for the old heads to decide. Now we got the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I didn't even know they was about to include these. But damn. Alright, so I'm about to say something that might piss niggas off, but at the same time, few niggas might agree with, because I was low-key shocked when people were saying these movies was not all of that. They just look pretty, but the story sucks. And I was like, nah, I gotta rewatch that shit, because I was pretty young and I don't remember the story, but I remember that shit looking cool as a bitch. And it is swaggy like a motherfucker. But the story, oh my God, especially in the second one, that shit was all over the place, man. But I'll talk about it individually. So we got Amazing Spider-Man 1, right? That shit was fire. Andrew, his emotions was there. Him and his girl, you can tell, like, there was a lot of emotion in there. Actual story. They were focused on one villain. Suit looked homemade but professional at the same time. He would fight like a spider, which is something rare when it comes to Spider-Man. Normally it's just drop kicks and hard ass punches, but nah, this nigga was like crawling over niggas, creating spider webs and shit. Chilling in the sewers. Like, that's what I want to see in a Spider-Man movie. So I'm not gonna lie, this going at A tier. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, this is probably C tier. Just cause, look, this is the best looking Spider-Man costume ever formed in any media. This is the best looking suit I've ever saw in my life. But the story is complete dog shit. Like, they got his friend. They bring Green Goblin, like they brought his friend out of fucking nowhere. I went into the first movie expecting to see some type of mention of him. I don't even think the Harry was mentioned like at all. Like I know Oscorp was, but I don't think Harry was. And even if he was, like nobody was really expecting all of this. Like his pops come. I don't even think his pops was in there. He probably was, but I forget. But like his pops appear and he's dying, and then he's like, "Oh, the disease run through the family, and you about to die too," which is crazy because how the fuck? Maybe I missed something. I don't want to sound like a dumbass and be like, "Oh, well they explained it in the movie," because I rewatched it like a year ago. But nah, man, the story was everywhere. They're trying to focus on Green Goblin, Rhino, Electro, the Sinister Six. I saw deleted footage of them bringing in MJ and Black Cat. Like, bro, what the fuck was y'all doing with this movie? Like, they was just trying to do so much. And then my theory is they were just making these movies to generate, you know, to make people believe Spider-Man could still be on the main stage, and then their last shot in the dark was Tom Holland, and MCU always gonna make them bread. But at the time, bro, nah, they were just throwing shit together, like pretty ass movie, but nah, C tier. And yeah, the first one goes A tier just cause that shit was actually good. Now Venom, yo, this shit, yo, that's one of the best movies I watched in 2018 next to Infinity War, man. Like, Venom just looks so cool. He was funny. I could take him serious but laugh at the same time. Eddie Brock was there too. It was just a good ass origin story. Normally they don't do origin stories good in the modern age, modern era, but this shit was fire. That shit is A tier for sure. I don't think they could have did a live action Venom introduction better. Alright, so next we got Let There Be Carnage. I just praised Venom so much, and now it's time to shit on this dog shit ass sequel. Carnage was not scary. Venom turned into a cornball, like him and Eddie was getting into a fucking, relationship, like they was going through a divorce. And then the nigga behind Carnage, I forget his name, like, bro, I can't take that nigga serious, bro. He over here having a romance with some bitch that scream loud, like, bro, ain't nobody trying to see that shit. But it's not a D tier, but like, damn, the rewatchability is low. That shit, I had my expectations was way too high for the sequel, and I was disappointed. But I'm glad to say that they did good with the third and last one. So, then we got, what is that? Daredevil. I did not watch that. Moon Knight. I didn't watch that, but I plan on watching it because I know he was in the Lego games I used to play, and he looked kind of cool. Multiverse of Madness. Now that shit was hype when I watched it, but its rewatchability is very low. Like, nobody cares about America Chavez. I don't even think she appeared after this movie, and it's been like 4 years since then. I don't even think there's been any mention, but there probably was. I don't watch the shows. But nah, it was pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? I wish they kept that Mr. Fantastic, the Quiet Place dude. I wish they kept him and didn't kill him off on some bullshit. Cause these new Fantastic Four motherfuckers, I ain't feeling them. Then we got Miss Marvel. I didn't watch it, but it looks kind of crappy. Now Thor: Love and Thunder. Now this is gonna be a hot take. I fuck with this movie. I think it's the second best out of all the Thor movies. Better than one and two. Not better than three, but I think it's close. Cause Loki, I found this story funny as hell. Niggas called it corny, and I understand that. But I feel like every joke hit. The story was emotional when it could be. It was just good, man. The fucking cinematic was crazy. Like, not cinematic, but like the production was crazy. Like the production value was up there, man. Shit was just hilarious. I fuck with Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't know where to put it though. It can't be A. I put it in B, but I fuck with that movie. That shit was there. What the hell is this? Defenders. I ain't never heard this shit in my life. Iron Fist. That's dope. That's on Netflix. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that. I ain't watched that though. Punisher didn't watch. Just to let y'all know, I didn't watch like most of these shows. Luke Cage. I watched this with my pops, but I don't remember much about it. But it wasn't bad. I don't know why Netflix was taking all these fucking IPs from Marvel and just making shows. Jessica Jones, didn't watch that. I don't know who the hell that is. She-Hulk is dog shit. I think this is the first movie in D where I watched. Let me see. Yeah, this is the first one in D that I watched. This isn't a movie, but this is the first one in D that I watched, and it was actually ass. Like that shit should have never been produced. The CGI for She-Hulk is dog shit. She doesn't look real at all. She looks like somebody, that's in college. Like it looked like somebody from college just learned how to use CGI. Like she looks bad, and her standing next to Hulk makes her look so horrible. I don't know how that shit was greenlit. And I pray that shit's not getting a second season. I forget when it dropped, but yo, if they make that shit a second season, they might as well give fucking Andrew Garfield his third movie. I Am Groot. I did watch it. It's not bad, but like, I don't even want to count that shit because it's just like shorts for little kids. Legends. I think it's just a director's commentary. Morbius. I didn't watch it, but I heard horrible shit about it. Wakanda Forever. Finally, a fucking another movie we can talk about. Alright, the sequel to Black Panther. Look, this movie is way too fucking long. Some I can admit it's way too long. Like if you go to S tier, that shit is longer than half of these movies, and I don't know why. It's probably the same length as Age of Ultron and Civil War. Shit about two and a half hours. And I understand, bro. Y'all had to work up a script and try to cook as much as y'all can, and it's not a bad movie. But then the rewatchability is so low because of how long that shit is. Like 2 hours and 40 minutes of fucking Wakanda fighting. Like, especially for someone that doesn't think Black Panther was like a GOAT superhero movie, nobody's gonna sit through this shit. I did rewatch it just because it's been 3 years and I wanted to, just been on my shit. But like, bro, it was not that good to be that long. But I fucked with it. It was pretty decent, but it's definitely a B tier movie. A tier way too high. Like that's the only time I was really like, yo, the length is really fucking with this movie's ranking. That was like the only time. But yeah. Werewolf by Night, I don't know what that shit is. Put that away. Guardians of the Galaxy, didn't watch that. Quantum fucking Mania, bro. This shit is going in. Oh my god, that movie. This is the corniest Marvel film ever produced. No jokes were hitting. Like Kang was the only decent part, and even then, nobody like. Well, I can't say nobody, but I wasn't even sold on this nigga. Like looking at the comics, I was like, oh shit, he would have been fire, and I'm pretty sure Marvel had a dope ass plan. But what was presented in this fucking movie, bro, that shit was horrible. Like, I don't even want to talk about that. D fucking tier. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That shit is a S tier. Another Marvel, you know, uh, what's it called? Trilogy finale that hit so hard, as good as the first movie. Fucking S tier, bro. That shit was emotional. I think this was like 2.5 hours too. Little too long, but it didn't do anything to the plot. Rocket's backstory was fire and sad as hell. Peter Quill reunited, like it was just a good send off to the team, man. Like you can't complain about it. You can't complain. That shit, I could watch that in theaters like a few more times. Secret Invasion, didn't watch that. Craven the Hunter got a movie. I'm gonna have to watch that. I ain't though. Alright, this Groot again. Yo, they put Deadpool in this shit. Why am I surprised? Alright, Deadpool 1. Damn, I want to put it S tier. It is S tier, bro. I can't hold you. That shit is that's one of the funniest movies I ever watched, and it was a dope ass origin story. They really had to get in a bag to make a Deadpool movie profitable, because I don't even think my dad knew who this nigga was till the movie drops. And niggas was fucking with that shit. And then we got Deadpool 2. It wasn't as good as the first one, but yeah, it's an A tier. It was a good ass movie. It's low key a family film, like the nigga was talking about. You ain't trying to bring the kids there, but you know what I'm saying? Low key a family film. Loki, didn't watch it. The Marvels, didn't watch it. It looks pretty ass, but since I watched Captain Marvel, I'm gonna have to watch that. What If, didn't watch that. Echo, I don't know what that is. Madam Web, I think I watched the first 10 minutes, but it's going D just because I don't remember. Deadpool and Wolverine, man, that was the most hype movie of 2024 without a doubt. And what's crazy is I think that shit cracked top 10 in most highest box office Marvel movies. And that's low key surprising because it's not that good of a movie. Honestly, its plot ain't really make too much sense, but it looked good. It was a comic book type movie. I can't put it in A. I'll put it in B. But like, it's just not much to say about it. Like it looked fire. It looked so good. It got the same thing going on as Spider-Man 2. Kind of bad plot, but it looked good. It's just the hype was there. Obviously, it's gonna make money. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? All right, we going into the X-Men films. Look, I ain't watched that show. I ain't watched the first X-Men. Wolverine. I don't think I watched that. I don't think I watched that. Wolverine Origins. I ain't watched that. I promise you. We're gonna get into the shit I actually watched. I promise. I ain't watched that, but I did watch Dark Phoenix, and I fucked with Dark Phoenix so heavy. It's not an A tier, but to me it's a B tier. Fucking ads out of here. To me it's a B tier. I think it dropped 2019. That's when Mystique died. Basically everybody got clapped. Dark Phoenix was going on rampage, trying to blame everybody because she killed her parents. Like, yo, shit was good though. Y'all gotta rewatch that if y'all think I'm capping. Logan, I got a few things to say about this movie. I didn't watch it when it dropped. I actually watched it recently. Maybe last year I think I watched it with my girl because she was telling me that it's one of the best superhero movies she ever watched, and I don't share those thoughts, but it was a good ass movie. I will put it in A, but it's another one of those movies that's like I don't see how it's so groundbreaking. It seems pretty. I can't say regular because it was a good ass movie and it was mad unique. But I just feel like I've seen it somewhere else, just with different people. It just didn't seem like the most original thing. But it was a good ass movie without a doubt. I don't know what this is. This that girl from oh, what the fuck? No, 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 no. Oh, god damn. Yo, I was about to lose my shit. If they fucking restarted my shit, boy. I ain't watched this. Oh, what is this? First Class? I ain't watched that. Days of the Future Past. I think I did watch it, but I don't remember. Apocalypse. I probably watched it. Don't remember. X-Men. Okay. I think this is the first Fantastic Four. Oh no, this is Rise of the Silver Surfer. I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember this one, but I did recently rewatch the first one, and this one was kind of, it was mid. Like I'm gonna have to put that like C tier. Like the Fantastic Four just got bad history of their fucking movies, and I don't know, man. Oh yeah, and fucking fan four stick. That's what all the haters call that shit. Without a doubt, this is probably like top three worst superhero movies I ever watched. Like this shit was just mad cringe. I tried to rewatch it because I remember when it first dropped. I didn't. Oh, fuck me. Hold on, y'all. When it first dropped, I didn't watch it, but I saw a poster and I was like, "Yo, Human Torch is black? Yo, what kind of shit is they doing?" So I was mad intrigued, but I never watched it. And then this year I rewatched it, getting ready for First Steps, Fantastic Four First Steps, and that shit was damn near unwatchable. I did finish it just because I wanted to see what would happen. Like it was kind of laughably bad, but it was just a badass movie. Like there's no way niggas. I don't know one person that could be fond of this shit. Most niggas didn't even know this shit dropped. But yeah, that's enough about that dog shit. Venom, what is it called? Last Dance, I think it is. That shit was pretty fire. It's like it could go B tier. It was a good ass ending for Venom. I feel like it went back to its original movie roots. The first Venom movie, I felt more of that. It was like a mix of both movies, but there was some emotion in there. I actually cared when Venom, quote unquote, got killed. I don't think he got killed. I think he's He still got some symbiote or whatever. But the only thing I'm mad about is that he never fought Tom Holland, because that's kind of what they was alluding to, and that shit just never happened. So Venom, low key, got a lot of like missed potential, but ain't much to say about that. Agatha All Along, I want to watch that, but I haven't yet. Oh, there's watch that. Brave New World, man. Hey, niggas gonna be mad. Of course, niggas gonna be mad. But Brave New World, yeah, it's not S tier, it's not A tier, it's like a B tier. But it was, I like the movie. You know, it's been a while. When I watched this in February, before that, it's been a while, long time since I watched a Marvel movie in theaters. And I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't disappointed. I liked Brave New World. You know, Red Hulk fight was insane. I believe Sam Wilson can be a good ass Captain America. I feel like my movie review that I did a few weeks ago didn't really explain well. But yeah, you know, I found every hero to be believable, every villain to be a actual threat. The Red Hulk fight is one of the best Hulk fights we've seen since like Age of Ultron, and it's mad sad, but like damn man, they brought him back, and I wish he'd stay, but I think the actor been talking shit, so that's probably not gonna come back. But that was a good ass Red Hulk. I feel like that's the best they could have done. Daredevil, Born Again. Wait, is that Born Again? I think that's Born Again. Did that shit even drop? I don't even know if that shit dropped or not. But I didn't watch that. Thunderbolts, second superhero movie I watched after a long hiatus from watching. That shit was A, bro. When the shadow part, when they was just abducting people into the shadow realm, you know, when Sentry was brought in, I was like, yo, this nigga's like Superman without a fucking weakness. That shit is like crazy. But apparently his weakness is just like warm hugs from bad bitches, which is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's interesting. That shit was interesting. I think the only whack part about this movie that I really didn't fuck with is that Taskmaster wasn't shit. But you know, besides that, nobody really cares. I love Red Guardian. He always like the Thunderbolts. Like I was fucking with that nigga. Bucky always boring as hell. That nigga always been a boring character. He's just a scapegoat. It's just everybody did their part in that movie. I cared about everybody. So Thunderbolts A tier. What the hell is this? Ironheart. I still gotta watch that shit. And I ain't hating. You know, I feel like most people hate on this show just because she's black. You know, I hate to be the oh my god, they play a victim. They always play a victim. Nah, but it's like niggas hate on it just because they see the cover. Like niggas was hating on that before the show even dropped. So it's like it's either you racist or you don't like change. It's one of the two. So pick one, motherfucker. Alright, then we got Fantastic Four First Steps. This is one of the most boring ass superhero movies I ever watched. This shit is C tier. Like I'm probably never gonna watch that shit again. Most of these C tier movies I'd rewatch maybe because you know I'm tweaking, but like shit, that shit was boring. I went into that shit thinking, oh my god, this about to lead us into Doomsday next to Spider Man. Yo, this shit, yo, we lit, we eating good. Fuck no, these Marvel niggas starving us out after giving us two good meals. Well, me two good meals, and most niggas didn't like this shit before. What the hell is Eyes of Wakanda? I never heard of that shit. Like this just be dropping shit. But yeah, yeah, that is the MCU tier list. Every single movie. Wait, I thought it said fucking till 2024. I just ranked. Okay, every single movie from the start of the MCU to now, so far, till Spider Man drops. And yeah, that's my ranking, you know what I'm saying? Please no hate comments, you know, I tell the truth on this channel. Y'all should love me for that. Anybody that that want to unsubscribe from me just because I just be, you know, spreading my opinion. You know, it's just an opinion, y'all. These are the movies. These are the selections. And this is how I feel about them. I hope y'all enjoy it. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out. Look at that shit. Look at that shit.